What's up, YouTube? It's your boy bigboysnacksjonnytv. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight I'll go over my AEW Dynamite review on how. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please watch the video. Make sure you guys run my watch hours. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content like this. Follow my social media down below in the description. Now let's get started. Now AEW Dynamite, very good show, and that's all I gotta say. All Elite Wrestling presents a star-studded show with the July 31st episode of AEW Dynamite. Among other matches, Darby Allin faced Hangman Adam Page plus Will Ospreay took on Lance Archer. Additionally, fans heard from Bryan Danielson and Mercedes Moné. Alright, so let's get to the first segment, in-ring segment MJF. This was a very good segment. I enjoyed this segment. AEW American Champion MJF comes out. He insults the crowd and calls his champions the most important title in the world. He faced the camera so he can talk to real American. MJF calls Will Ospreay a red coat terrorist and says he will beat him again at AEW All In. He tells the crowd to show some respect and rise for their American hero. Will Ospreay runs in and MJF escapes. Will Ospreay says he's going to put MJF through pain that he can't imagine. He says he knows Americans love their flag, but none of the fans acknowledge MJF's title. Will Ospreay says no one acknowledged his title because the former AEW International Champion worked hard to build its prestige, which is facts by Will Ospreay. He tells MJF he's not worthy of holding the title. The title that MJF got, the the title that MJF got is still god awful. It looks god awful. The American the AEW American Champion MJF, that championship looks god awful. All right, let's move on. Will Ospreay says he will restore prestige to the title. MJF says he won't talk smack as he lets his actions do the talking. He tells Will Ospreay he's going to annihilate him. MJF says he has a feeling that Will Ospreay won't make it to AEW All In because he's about to face Lance Archer. Alright, so we get the first match. Will Ospreay faces Lance Archer. So we get Will Ospreay versus Lance Archer. Will Ospreay versus Lance Archer. And this match right here, this was a okay match for what it was. It was just okay for what it was. Lance Archer overpowers Will Ospreay early on and controls the action. Will Ospreay fires back with a acrobatic kick. Lance Archer catches Will Ospreay when he goes for a dive to the outside and slams him on the floor. Will Ospreay sends Lance Archer into the barricade. Back in the ring, Will Ospreay catches Lance Archer with a kick. Lance Archer dumps him with a choke slam. He grounds Will Ospreay and continues to overpower him. Lance Archer maintains the advantage. Will Ospreay counters a choke slam and kicks Lance Archer. Lance Archer floors him with a spinning slam. He gets a 2 count with a spine buster. Will Ospreay fires up with a Spanish fly. Lance Archer again squashes the rally. Um, Will Ospreay crunches him on the ropes and hits an avalanche Spanish fly. He hits the Oscar for a 2 count. Lance Archer counters the hidden blade with a lariat. Will Ospreay counters the blackout into a DDT and hits the hidden blade for a 1 count. Will Ospreay hits a second hidden blade for the win. The winner of the match, Will Ospreay. The match itself was okay for what it was. Alright. MJF runs in and attacks Will Ospreay. He drops him with the brainbuster. Kyle Fletcher makes the save. MJF flees. Kyle Fletcher says Will Ospreay is his best friend, and he is his brother. He calls MJF a narcissistic, you know what. Kyle Fletcher calls himself the Carmen that's coming to bite MJF in the you know what. Kyle Fletcher says MJF doesn't care about America. As for forgotten wrestlers, he says dream dream of moving to America because this is where the best wrestler. He says his dreams have come true in America. Kyle Fletcher says he is sick of the same old MJF bullcrap. MJF teased coming down to fight Kyle Fletcher, but says no. He says Kyle Fletcher doesn't call the shots, but he will give him a match next week. MJF says he will break Kyle Fletcher's neck and leave him in a pool of his own blood. MJF says it will all be Will Ospreay's fault. All right, let's continue. That was a good segment. All right, let's. Well, I'm not Will Ospreay. What I was trying to say is a video package hypes up AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland. So we get Chris Jericho's response to Kazuchika Shibata. Alright. After a video package recaps Chris Jericho match against Miro Suzuki, Alice Marvelous interviewed Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Brian Keith. Big Bill is holding a cake, and he says they're celebrating Chris Jericho's reaching 102 days of FTW champion. Jericho hypes over his reign and says he's going to smash Kazuchika Shibata face last week. He said Shibata is all alone. Chris Jericho says Brian Keith will take Kazuchika Shibata out. Keith It says Brian Keith says Shibata should mind his business, and next he'll be his business. All right, let's move on. So we get Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander. Female World Women's Champion Eliminator. Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander coming by Stokely halfway. And this was a solid match right here. Chris Statlander catches Willow Nightingale with a drop kick away. Willow Nightingale responds with some strikes. They trade pin attempts. Willow Nightingale drills Chris Statlander with an elbow and suplexes her. The bout spills to the outside. Willow Nightingale sends Chris Statlander into the barricade. Chris Statlander dodges a cannonball, sending Willow Nightingale into the barricade. Back in the ring, Chris Statlander takes control and grounds Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale rallies and plants Chris Statlander with a spine buster. Chris Statlander responds with a face buster, and what's that? Willow Nightingale rallies in and plants Chris Statlander with a spine buster. Chris Statlander responds with a face buster and an axe kick. And it says AXEX kick. Um, Will Nightingale hits a Death Valley driver on the apron. Will Nightingale grabs Stokely halfway and hits him. Chris Statlander blindslides Will Nightingale and gets her back in the ring. Chris Statlander hits a 450 splash for a 2 count. Stokely halfway gives Chris Statlander a steel chair. She hits a discussed clothesline for the win. The winner of the match, Chris Statlander. That was a solid match. Alright, let's move on. Chris Statlander attacked Willow Nightingale with a chair after the match. Officials run in to separate them. Chris Statlander hit some of the officials and the referee helps Willow Nightingale to the back. Alright. It says no one is safe from Chris Statlander. That's what it says right there. Alright, let's move on. So we get Bryan Danielson speak. In-ring segment, Bryan Danielson. This was another good segment I enjoyed from Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson comes to the ring and addresses the crowd. He knows that you don't know that it's the good old days until they're almost gone. Bryan Danielson reflects on being forced to retire. He says the last 3 years in AEW have been the most fun times he has in his career. Bryan Danielson says he was able to be present for special moments. He says he promised his daughter that he would stop wrestling full time when she was 7, and he promised his family the contract he signed with AEW would be the last wrestling contract that he saw. Bryan Danielson says that the contract is up tomorrow. He said he had promised to give it his all every time he wrestled. He says that he vows to win the world title when he comes to AEW, and he hasn't done that yet. Bryan Danielson says AEW it says AEW All In will be his last shot. He knows that doctors don't want him to wrestle, but he promised to go to Wembley Stadium to give it his all. Bryan Danielson promised to go all in with his mind, body, and soul at AEW All In. All right, that was a very good. Okay, it says Swerve Strickland confronts Bryan Danielson. AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland interrupts. Swerve Strickland says he respects he respects out of Brian he respects the one out of Bryan Danielson for inspiring wrestlers like him to chase their dreams. He says that if it was another time, he would be rooting for him. But Swerve Strickland says this is his this is his time, and, and he's one of a kind. Bryan Danielson says this is not an achievement award, as the title shown that the holder is the best in the world. Swerve Strickland highlights how he led Team AEW to victory at Blood and Guts. He wonders whether Bryan Danielson's body was just unable to hold up to the pressure of being a champion. Swerve Strickland says he's the most dangerous man in AEW, and Bryan Danielson will not win the title at AEW All In. Bryan Danielson promised Swerve Strickland that he will never wrestle again if he loses. Bryan Danielson puts his career on the line at AEW All In, as Swerve Strickland shakes his hand. That was a good segment between Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland. That match itself is going to cook at AEW All In, and I cannot wait for AEW All In. Alright, let me continue. Backstage, Jeff Jarrett agrees with Bryan Danielson and challenges Jeff Jarrett to face him next week. So we're going to get Bryan Danielson versus Jeff Jarrett. Alright, let's move on. The conglomeration. It says the conglomeration in action. All right, so we get Roderick Strong, Roderick Strong, Rouge, and Roderick Strong versus the conglomeration. In this tag team match right here, it was basically solid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not solid. I'm sorry. It was a decent match, decent tag team match. I don't know why I say solid, but it was this tag team match was decent. The two teams start brawling right away. Cassie and Mortors are left alone. Mortors gain the upper hand, and Ashi tags and squares off with Mortors. Mortors they duke it out. Ashi does Mortos with a suplex. Roosh and Ashi square off and Trey strikes. Roosh draws Ashi with an elbow strike. Mark Briscoe and Roosh exchange strikes. Strong. Oh yeah, Roger Strong catches Mark Briscoe with a drop kick. Mark Briscoe draws him with a blockbuster on the floor and dives onto Roosh and Mortos. Mortos. Rouge takes control and grounds Cassidy. Mortos and Rouge double team Cassidy. Mark Briscoe tags in and clears house with a fury of offense. What's this? Ashi dot dishes out some German suplex. Mark Briscoe hits Froggy. The match breaks down in chaos as bodies are flying. Okay, Rouge. Yeah, Rouge dives onto the conglomeration at ringside. Roger Strong slams Ushi. Mark Briscoe catches Charles with a kick. Orange Cassidy hits Roger Strong with the orange punch. Rouge headbutts Mark Briscoe and Mortals spikes Mark Briscoe for the win. The winner of the match to beat Mortals, Rouge, and Roger Strong. This was a decent 6-man tag team match. Decent. Alright. Backstage, the Acclaim and Daddy, you know what, says they are coming to AEW Collision. They say they're looking for FTR, but FTR is nowhere to be found. Max Caster says they're scared of the Acclaim. He says maybe FTR aren't serious wrestlers because they didn't show up. Anthony Bones says they come to Collision. They hope FTR shows up. All right, let's move on. Mariah May is asked about attacking Tony Storm. She says Tony Storm didn't do anything to her. She gave Mariah May everything she ever wanted. Mariah May says she loves Tony Storm, but it was her turn to eat. All right, let's move on. Tony Tony Storm comes to the stage and says she loves Mariah May too. Tony Storm says it says it will be their romance of a bloody. Alright, Lifetime when they clashed at AEW All In. Alright, so we get Camille in ring debut. So we get Camille accompanied by Mercedes Moné versus Brittany J. Squash match. This was a squash match. Camille charged Jay and overwhelms her with some hammering strikes. Camille continues to dominate and she slams Jay for the victory. The winner of the match, Camille. This was a squash match. Alright, let's move on. Mercedes Monet addressed the crowd. She introduced Camille as the newest member of Mercedes Monet, Mercedes Monet Corporation. She says Dr. Britt Baker has been tormenting her and is like she obsessed with her. Mercedes Monet says Britt Baker has been suspended. Mercedes Monet says AEW is her house now, and she's going to turn it into a mansion. She says losing to Mercedes Monet will be the best thing to ever having Beast. All right, let's move on. It says Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, may have been granted her TBS champion at match at AEW All In, but the CEO got some payback thanks to the EVPs. Alright, so let's continue. So we get the main event of the evening. Darby Allin faces Hangman Page. So we get the main event of the evening. Darby Allin versus Hangman Adam Page. And this match right here, this main event was okay for what it was. Okay main event, but not a bad main event. It was just okay for what it was. Darby Allin and Page go back and forth, and Darby Allin sends the former champion to the outside. He goes for a 5, but Um, Adam Page places him onto the floor. Adam Page slams Darby Allin into the barricade, and he gets a chair and argues with the referee. Darby Allin capitalizes and hits Adam Page with a stunner. He dives off the entrance tunnel and onto Hangman Adam Page. Back in the ring, Hangman Adam Page takes control and grounds Darby Allin. Hangman Adam Page chokes Darby Allin and continues to overpower him. Darby Allin rallies, the lights go out, but the match continues. The light comes back on. Hangman Adam Page slams Darby Allin into the ring post and into the apron. He slams him onto the apron again and tosses him into the steel steps. Hangman Adam Page slams Darby Allin onto the steps again. Back in the ring, Hangman Adam Page throws Darby Allin across the ring. Darby Allin fires up, but tripping by Hangman Adam Page on the steps and grinding his eyes. He rockets out of the ring and onto Hangman Adam Page. Darby Allin was at Hangman Adam Page with his belt and drop kicks him. Darby Allin hits a Code Red. Page counters with the coffin drop into a sleeper, but Darby Allin turns it into a pin attempt. Hangman Adam Page levels Darby Allin with a lariat. He goes to a 2 count with a powerbomb. Hangman Page hits two dead eye buckshot. He goes for the buckshot, but Darby Allin capitalizes, and Darby Allin fires up and goes and he goes and he rolls. I'm sorry, and he rolls at Hangman Adam Page up for the win. The winner of the match, Darby Allin. The main event match was it was just okay for what it was. It was just okay, but not that bad. It was just okay for what it was. And AEW Dynamite goes off the air. All right, let me give my honest opinion what I think about AEW. Now, AEW Dynamite was a good show, and that's all I have to say. Anyway, if you guys enjoy my AEW Dynamite review and highlights, please give this video a big fat thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys think of AEW Dynamite. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please watch my videos and hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, run my videos so I can get that 3K watch hour so I become a YouTube partner for the first time. Make sure you guys follow my social media down below in the description. And I will make a YouTube short again just to let my subs and viewers know that I'm gonna have an upcoming work premiere for my AEW Dynamite review on highs. Have a great night, stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will see you guys tomorrow on my live stream for some Fortnite. And that's all I have to say. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.